Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be back with another Young Indian, part of the Voice of the Young series. So, today, right now, we have with us Shailja Choudhary. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Shailja.
Good evening, Professor Mathur. Thank you so much for inviting me to this platform and letting me connect with the many who are listening to me. To start with, my name is Shailja Choudhary, and I was born and brought up in Jaipur, Rajasthan. So I'll give a brief introduction about my educational background and the work experience and the internships experiences I had. I completed my schooling with actually science background with physics, chemistry, and biology in till my 12th standard. So I was planning to give the NEET exam after that and going in the field of MBBS with the higher. Like after the 12th, I did give the exam and couldn't come pass it out. So I chose a completely different path after that. So I decided to choose different subjects which were completely new to me for my graduation. I chose economics, psychology, and geography. So I chose all these subjects because of their individual scopes they had. Then also I was planning to prepare for the UPSC exams and the other government exams. So after I did my graduation from IIS University Jaipur, which is a well-known women's university in Jaipur. Then, while studying all these subjects during my graduation, I developed a very much interest in economics. So during the graduation, I was like very much fascinated by the graphs, how the economics is related to the everyday life. Like it had both the analytical aspect as well as that how we call that economics is both science as well as an art. So I kind of decided to pursue a master's in economics. So I decided that during my graduation itself that I'll be going forward with the economics field. So during my graduation, I had a very hunger to learn more of the economics because in our undergraduate we had a very basic of the economics since I was having a uh, normal BSc program with 3 subjects. Uh, so I decided to do the MA Economics from the same university, IIS University Jaipur itself. So during my post graduation, I had this opportunity to work with the Reserve Bank of India for my summer internship. So I worked there at RBI Jaipur for 3 months. So I was working there as well as I was having my college. So I had to kind of made a balance between both. I was having my second year of graduation and also doing my summer internship at RBI Jaipur. So at RBI Jaipur, I was working under the Department of Supervision. So I had a secondary research on the digital lending. So that was a very burning topic at that time since there were many frauds in the digital lending that were happening. So I did a research on like what kind of risks that were associated with digital lending, what were the scams that were happening. Then also collaborating with the ombudsman department which had the all this data of all these scams that and the problems the people have registered with the RBI they were facing. So I did this secondary research on that and also like what the opportunities digital lending holds. And so there were many untapped areas which were in India, in particular to digital lending, which were very much tapped by other countries, like the digital lending apps only for women's were there. Then there were for students providing the education loans. So uh, uh, these were the areas which can be brought to India and can be of help to that. Yeah, so that was my research internship experience at RBI Jaipur. So it was a great experience. I was working with the senior managers. They were grade C officers there, and I had a very good experience with the other interns also coming from different universities. Uh, and also a great experience of a very good lunch at RBI Jaipur. Yeah. So at that time only, I came to know about the research internship at RBI that occurs at the central office in Mumbai. So during that time, I decided to go for the research internship, but that happens only after you complete your post graduation. So after my post graduation, I did applied for that. Then I got selected for the interview round, and I came for the interview at the central office, Mumbai. So that was the first time I was coming out to a new city, and especially to Mumbai, that is completely different from Jaipur. Yeah, so I got selected for that, and then I moved to Mumbai uh, for the 6 months of my research internship there. So I would say that at RBI Mumbai, it was a completely different experience than my experience at RBI Jaipur. Since the at RBI Jaipur, it was a summer internship. I was working there as well as I was having my college. So not giving my full time to the that internship, and it was a 3 month program only. But here for the research internship, we had 6 months for a project to be completely indulged into. So here I was working in the division of international finance, which comes under the Department of Economic Policy and Research. So here I was working with the director of Division of International Finance, and one grade C officer who was guiding me on very regular basis, working with me every day on that project. And even after completing the internship, we were working on that for next 6 months also. So it kind of took 1 year to complete the project. Then, so uh, during my research internship, only I came to know about the research, what actually research is. So I kind of came to know, learn it from the scratch. The like doing the literature review, selecting the paper, then choosing the variables. We tried to make our own variables, then using the econometric softwares. We had to run a lot of models, and then uh, deciding that what can work. And then also the experience of report writing, how it should be written, the format and everything. So at RBI Mumbai, it was a very learning experience, I would say. Uh, and here also, I had a very good experience with other interns also coming from the different states of India. Like we were 10 interns there in the depot, and all of us were from different states. So all the 10 people coming from 10 different states. So yeah, that was a very good experience. So after completing my research internship, I went back to my hometown for 2, 3 months. I was doing a kind of job hunting, giving interviews with different companies uh, for the economist role. So during my research internship, I found my interest more towards macroeconomics, since all the variables I was using were mostly the macroeconomic indicators like GDP, inflation, and all that. So I decided to go in that field only and was applying for these jobs. So after quite of some interviews, I got selected in the Reliance Nippon. So currently I am working here as a macroeconomist in the investment department of Reliance Nippon Life Insurance Company in the Mumbai itself. So here my daily work involves tracking the global economics and the Indian economics and all the data points that come, then analyzing the data points, how that can affect the investment. So giving my insights to the investment department about that, how they can affect their investments. And also I'm collaborating with the other very top economists of Mumbai, working in the different banks and companies. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this work and still on a learning path.
Okay, all right. Um, how do you see your own future?
I see definitely in the economics field. So I am having a very hunger to learn more about the economics and yeah, so learning that and also the other fields or the other skills that are include that are correlated with this, like the data analysis. See, if you analyze but you cannot represent, you cannot explain it properly, then there is no use. So yeah, but in economics field definitely, and mostly I would say in macroeconomics, but still I am on the exploring path of my field. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And what tips do you have for younger people?
Yeah, so for all the younger people, I would say one should find their interest, which is very much required because this is a very long journey. The field you will be choosing, you have to work in that field for a long time. So finding your interest is very much important. Then you will enjoy your work and that will help you. Then also to not stick to a particular subject or a particular field or a particular career field, but one should explore and then decide. So from my experience, I would say that till 12th, uh, I kind of had a fixed mindset that I'll be doing MBBS, and since I have science, bio as my subjects, and there are very less scope in other fields and like that. But when I chose different subjects during my undergraduation and then post graduation, I found that there are very much more scope in the all these fields, and there is very less awareness about that. So if you are interested in the field, if you have these skills, if you are able and have the desire to learn skills, and if you work hard, then there is no limitation of scope in any field. So that is one. And also to never self-doubt oneself and believe, having self-confidence, that is very important. Uh, yeah, that is what I would say to all the young people.
Okay, it's a great journey. I am very
Yeah.
impressed by your journey and your determination and so on. And anything else you want to tell us?
Right. I think that's it from my side. And also, I would say that the experience of living in Mumbai and Jaipur that I have kind of compared. So, yeah, that is also a different experience since I never moved out of my hometown. Before this research internship at Mumbai, I never went alone from Jaipur or say Rajasthan, and then I stayed here all alone to a completely new city. Uh, so that taught me a lot of things, like doing things on my own, the independence, uh, having your own decisions in day-to-day life, and meeting new people, seeing new culture, how that varies from place to place. Yeah, so there is a lot of things to learn.
Okay, all right. Good. Well, thank you very much. It's a very impressive journey, and I'm glad that you have made it, and you are looking forward to doing more things as an
Yeah.
economist. That's wonderful. So, shall we end it here today?
Yeah.
All right, good. So let's end it here today. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Bye till then. Bye, everybody.